So I'm just home for a little pipe smoke lunch. It was raining earlier. I'm in the garden shed, which is the smoking shed. I don't smoke in the house. I just never have. So, smoking a little bit of Dunbar. Don't know when this was packed. It's a little dry, which actually works really well with these short stubby pipes. You'd think this was a BP Jum. It's a smooth, but it's actually a Rogers rarity. Now I like old American stuff, not cars as much, although my cars are getting a little old. But like, I think that's a reflection of when I grew up, you know, which was the 60s, 70s. Workwear, I like American work boots, Wescos, Whites, Red Wings. Yeah. They aren't what they used to be, but just like traditional clothes, like that. And this pipe style kind of harkens back to that era. Short, stubby, kind of thick. This one's a little more refined. And guess what? It is not a BP Jum. It's a Rogers rarity. So, these are great for short smokes. But this wide shallow bowl doesn't smoke as well as a taller billiard. So a dry mixture kind of works better. Now, one thing I don't really care for is those codger blends, those traditional American blends. A little business jet going into Boeing Field. I don't know, they just don't have any taste for me. And they have a lot of nicotine, which I also don't like. So, yeah. I always wanted to like them. And I started out, I bought a big tub of Prince Albert, I think, down at the convenience store. But I just didn't like it. Half and half. If you love them, great. You know, that's great. They're easy to get. Relatively inexpensive. So, BP Jum, or not. Very similar pipes. Here is another very similar pipe, right? This one is a field stub. So I think those were marketed by, were they Tracy Mincer, or did these come after Tracy Mincer? I don't know. I would have to refer to the Bible, the Book of Custom Build. I should know that, but I don't. So there's field stub, then there's just like a total knockoff. No, it's probably made in the same factory, which we decided was probably the Weber factory back east. This is a pipe maker imported briar. And then we have another field stub. This one is in the custom built rustication category. I know it's kind of hard to see, and this camera does not autofocus worth a darn, so still live with it. I guess I am. I love the camera otherwise. Sigma FP. But that's a field stub. And then we have, again, it just could definitely be a BP Jum or field stub. It's a yellow bowl. So, There's a lot of writing on there. Imported briar. A little 3 clover image with 2 bees on it, and then God, imperial something. Anyway, another wannabe BP Jum. Oh, here's another pipe maker, imported briar. I mean, absolutely identical to a BP Jum. And then here's a BP Jum. So, yeah, we determined that these were probably all made in the Weber factory, and just different stamps. But really nice, thick walls on the pipe, on the bowl. Really sturdy shank, nice, wide. This one's got a little bite mark out of it, which is where my bit cover made out of PVC, or it's not PVC, is it? Vinyl tubing, polyvinyl chloride, right? Tubing from the hardware store that you can buy by the foot for less than $1 a pound, buck a foot. So, you know, just great sturdy pipes. Just love the look. Well, like I say, I don't think they smoke terribly well. That wide bit is nice. So, you know, everybody, I just kind of fell in love with that shape early on and started collecting them while they were cheap. Never thinking they'd get expensive, but that they might go away. You know, I mean, this is a use item, even though if you take care of a pipe, it'll last forever. But I just figured that, you know, they might be discovered later and become unavailable. But there's a lot of them out there. Some people were asking like insane prices, like $425 or something. You know, come on, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's rapacious, if you ask me. It's just, not only is it unreasonable, but it's just like, come on, it's crazy. But pipes are just one of those hobbies that you can tailor it to your personal sense of taste and proclivity. You know, just that pipe shape. Oh, I love it, you know. And so you kind of collect that pipe shape. Peterson Milvertons. That's a shape I really, really like. It's a little fancy for me, but just that half-bent, largish bowl, just everything about it just appeals to me. Now, why is that? Did I have an experience with an uncle who was smoking a pipe, and maybe he smoked a Milverton, and so, you know, I don't know. Or I saw it in a movie, or mostly I've noticed in these older movies, when you see pipes, they're often really small bowl Canadians, thin shanked, thin long shanks, which don't really appeal to me. And honestly, I didn't grow up around pipe smokers at all. My grandpa did smoke a pipe, but I don't remember him ever doing that. I did acquire a few of his pipes. But yeah, I don't know where my pipe interest came from. It just, it's kind of there, you know. Yeah. But you just kind of have to go with it, I think, and honor that, whatever that shape is. You know, some people like those tulip, florid, Scandinavian shapes. You know? Whatever, go for it. Enjoy it, have fun. And then there's a tobacco. You know, it's like all kinds of different styles of tobacco, different blenders, I mean, aromatic, non-aromatic, you know. So pipe smoking is a fun hobby, I think, for that reason. It's multi-dimensional within the hobby. That's a lot of fun. And I still do occasionally collect a pipe. Like I say, the Milverton, the XL28 shape. I don't have any out here with me. But those are personal favorites. What else? Picked up a pub pipe a little while ago, which is fun. I like those Peterson house pipes. I've kind of gotten away from custom builds just because they've been discovered, and which is a great thing. It's great, you know. It means that people are enjoying them. It means that they're just, people are liking them enough to spend a little money to buy them. You know, that's great. And there's that real sense of 50s, 60s Americana about them, even 40s. So I think that's great. And no, I don't think I had anything to do with that. I just sit here and have a smoke with y'all. That's it. That's all I do. That is it. It's just not a big momentous thing. It's kind of a small thing, but it allows me to have a little smoke where otherwise I probably wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm just not a solitary pipe smoker usually. Occasionally when I'm out mowing, I like to smoke a pipe with the DR mower out of Big Valley or something like that. Then yes, I will. I'll definitely have a pipe, even if I'm all alone. But I am a social smoker. And speaking of which, this weekend is the Kitsap Pipe Club slow smoke competition. So we'll see if I get the 1,000 matches again for being first out. It's likely. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, if you can keep these lit, you have to kind of focus on it. I mean, that is really a shallow bowl and pretty wide, you know. So tobacco has to kind of be on its own to be burning pretty well. That a taller, narrower chimney shape, I think, is the ideal for combustibility, consistent combustibility. But yeah, life is good. That's all I can say. Life is good. There's just so much going on in the world. I normally, first thing in the morning, I'll make a cup of coffee and then sit down with my phone and read the paper. the Seattle Times usually, just to kind of catch up on craziness in Washington D.C. or, you know, what's happening in the world, which pilot is doing mushrooms, you know. So, wow, there's just a lot going on, but there always is. There always is, and you can't keep up with it. It happens with or without you. So. And I don't find it depressing. I just kind of like to be informed, I guess. And then dive into some other topics. The latest Middle Eastern thing is interesting to hear the perspective from other sources than mainstream media. But it's a little overwhelming sometimes. And yeah. So you have to moderate your intake so you don't get too wrapped up in it. But life just rolls along. Keep learning new stuff all the time. Learning new stuff about people. People inform you about their stuff, and it enlarges your world. You know, that's been my experience lately. So, yeah, life is good. Life is good. I hope it is for everybody.